welcome back to my channel. We're tuning in for my first official pregnancy update. If you are new here, I am pregnant with my first ever baby, baby B. We don't know the gender yet, and yes, we were trying. First baby. So I'm super excited to share this journey with you guys as much as I feel comfortable sharing with you guys anyway. So let's get into it. This video, I'm just going to recap my first trimester. I am 13 weeks one day when I film this, so by the time it's uploaded, I will be out of my first trimester. The trimesters are a little confusing because technically a trimester would be 3 months, and 3 months is 12 weeks typically. So I'm not sure how they divide it up, but yes. So I have notes on my phone for as far as like symptoms and stuff, and I'm going to talk about symptoms. I'm going to answer a few questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram and get into all that good stuff. I also wanted to say thank you so much for all of the love on our announcement video. It definitely gave me like a boost of confidence and even more excitement just knowing how many people are praying for us, praying for baby, and it was just amazing. The first trimester can be very isolating, and nobody really talks about that. It can be really isolating that you're pregnant, you're going through all of these changes, and you can't really talk about it with anyone because nobody knows. And so that was a little bit isolating, and honestly, with all the crazy hormonal changes, I was a bit sad. And for me, I am someone that I thrive on like getting up early, having a productive day, getting all my stuff done. I love my hobbies. I always love my hobbies. I make time for my hobbies. And then I got pregnant and I had no interest in anything other than staying alive. I had no interest in like my normal hobbies, my plants, gardening, getting outside, camping, my morning routine. Honestly, everything was just harder because I just didn't feel like myself, and I felt so lethargic. And I am not the type of person that loves to stay in bed all day, but that's literally all I did up until these last 2 weeks. I was in bed from the time I woke up till the time I went to sleep. Let's get into symptoms. My very first symptoms before I tested, we had gotten back from our camping trip in Michigan the first week of July, and we were sitting in bed, and whenever we get back from a trip, we kind of spend the next whole day just like chilling in bed. And I remember that Austin made something. He made these like chicken tacos from Trader Joe's, and the smell, like literally I had to shut our bedroom door and like have a fan going because I could smell it, and it made me want to throw up. Like it instantly put a pit in my stomach. I didn't want to eat anything that day, and my boobs were very, very sore and very here to say hi, okay? And I thought that was weird, but that's kind of something I get every time that my cycle comes. So the smell, the sense of smell thing and the nausea, I was like, that's weird. Kind of thought it was just like a fluke. So we went about our day. We went to the thrift store because I was just telling Austin, I was like, I don't want to sit in bed all day. I feel really like gross about it. Like, let's go get out of the house. So we went to the thrift store, got back. I still felt gross. And I literally went and took a test. It was positive. So that was the first symptom that I had that made me think like I might be pregnant. Because all the other times that I thought I was pregnant, I never had that. And it is like, people warn you about that, but I can't even tell you. It is undescribable how repulsive certain things will be to me. Like there's just certain smells that I can't handle. The smell of blowing out a candle is disgusting to me. So I literally have to plug my nose, blow it out, put the cap on, and run out of the room because if I blow it out and smell it, it makes me nauseous. I found out at like 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. The whole food aversions and sense of smell being really sensitive, that lasted for up until now. It still is that way. But week 5, I experienced some cramping. It was different than normal period cramps. It was like, I don't know. They were pretty painful for me, honestly. Like, I know that everyone else says they weren't painful and it's just mild cramping, but I told my doctor, I was like, they were not just mild for me. And I was honestly pretty worried about them, but I had some cramps and they lasted for a few days. And I had insomnia from like week 5 to week 10. So just now these last 2 weeks I've been able to kind of get exhausted and get in bed and go to sleep. And how it was leading up to that, from week 5 to week 10, I would get in bed and I would be so tired, but I could not fall asleep. I would be awake for like 3 hours and I hated it because I wouldn't even be on my phone because I knew that that would like wake me back up. I would be trying so hard to fall asleep and I could not fall asleep. I couldn't get comfortable. I had really bad low back pain. It was just rough. And I genuinely thought, oh, this probably isn't a pregnancy symptom, but it definitely was. But that has thankfully went away. Nausea. So nausea I have had from week 4, like the day I found out, to what week is it? I probably stopped getting really bad nausea around week 12. However, like this morning, if I let myself get too hungry, which I don't know if this is with every pregnant person, but for me, I go from like, I'm kind of hungry, I could eat, to I need to eat right now or I'm gonna throw up in like a matter of seconds. So that happens often, but this morning I got too hungry, and like while I was making my breakfast, I literally felt like I was gonna vomit all over the place, and it was kind of hard to eat my breakfast, but you just have to force the food down. As much as it sucks, it definitely sucks for me because I've always been the type of person that I enjoy cooking, I enjoy food. I've never been like really afraid of food or anything, and right now it's just food is such a hard obstacle for me because I can't eat any vegetables. There's not a single vegetable besides salads that I could eat, and that's really hard. The nausea, I only actually got sick, threw up with my nausea once or twice. And I think the one time I threw up was because I had migraines, which we'll get into that later. But the nausea is just a different kind of nausea. It's like as if you were to chug a gallon of water on an empty stomach. That's what I feel like all day. Like there's just so much liquid in my stomach is what it feels like, and I don't know if that's normal, but that's how I could describe it. Food aversions, like I said, it changes from day to day. Something that sounds good to me today won't sound good to me tomorrow, or even something that sounds good to me right now, by the time I get it in front of me, it's disgusting. And so that's been a huge struggle. I found that simple is best for me right now. Like I've been craving burgers, and I usually love everything on my burgers. Like I want everything on them, and I can't do that right now. I need like a plain burger, maybe cheese, but like that's it. I've been loving French fries. Like I make homemade air fryer French fries almost every day, or some form of potato. And yeah, vegetables have been a huge aversion to me. Just the smell of like cooked broccoli, cooked asparagus, it's just really hard. Like it literally makes me nauseous to think about. Coffee was a huge aversion, and I think the thing that gave it away to most of you guys that I might be pregnant, because if you are new here, I am a coffee connoisseur. Like I love coffee, I love the art of coffee, I love the smell of coffee, I love the ritual of coffee. Like I just love good quality coffee. And my espresso machine, the smell of a coffee pod coming out of that used to be my favorite smell, and right now it is just, it will put a pit in my stomach right away, which is hard. So yeah, food aversions have been difficult. I've just been eating what I can. It's been many carbs, a lot of fried stuff, and eating fruits and veggies when I can. I can do fruit, but vegetables are hard. Headaches, I got headaches around week 9, and they lasted until week 11, and that was probably the hardest 3 weeks for me because headaches are just different, you know? They come from the pit of hell, in my opinion. Like my head felt like it was melting. My brain literally felt like it was melting. I've had headaches my whole life, just for different reasons, but they were just amplified, and it's just really hard because when you have a headache, at least for me, I can't rest, but that's all I want to do because Bright lights made it horrible. Moving made it horrible. I didn't want to drink water, but I needed to drink water. So I was literally posted up on the couch with an ice pack wrapped around my head, and I used all the peppermint oil, drank all the peppermint tea, and just like really tried to zen out. Austin gave me a lot of neck and shoulder massages, and it helped. He has been like literally the best through this whole thing, because every time I feel a little off, he just like instantly, I'm the type to brush off my pain, and I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, like let me just keep chugging away. And he reminds me to settle down and like forces me to settle down and makes me not feel guilty about it. So it's been amazing. Those headaches were horrible, and you guys could tell from my content, and even one of the videos I recently filmed, everyone was like, her mood is just different. Well, I was a little bit moody because I felt like someone had literally split the middle of my head open with an axe, and that was that. Brain fog, I think, is just normal. I feel a little bit like throughout the day. I feel good right now. I think my habits have a lot to do with that. Exhaustion, it'll come in waves. I will feel like so exhausted, have a hard time keeping my eyes open. Every single day at 4 p.m. it hits, and it's so hard to get up and cook dinner, and it's just so hard to do anything. Which is kind of annoying because that's when Austin is home and I want to have good quality time with him, but I literally am just dead. I get hot and cold flashes. I hate being hot right now. I am usually like a summer queen. I love summer. I thrive on summer. I love sweating. I love it so much. Like my workouts, I love being sweaty. I love just sitting in the sun, even if it makes me super hot. I would rather be too hot than too cold always. And ever since getting pregnant, it just does not sound appetizing to me to do my morning routine outside on my patio. I don't like being hot or uncomfortable at all, and that stinks because I want to enjoy this sun while we still have it, because the winters are hard. But yeah, I'll get really hot and then I'll just be freezing walking around the house with a sweater and socks and slippers. And the last one, I had extreme body acne, and I do not get body acne. I have never had it. Even at my worst like high school acne point, I only would get it on my forehead and my T-zone. I never had it on my chest or my back. And literally the week after I found out I was pregnant, I had all these bumps all over my chest, and I couldn't stop picking at them. So now I have scars, and I got them all over my shoulders and my back, like super glamorous. I felt so attractive, honestly. Like when you feel like crap and you're bloated and you're tired and everything hurts, and then you get covered in pimples, like the pregnancy glow was very real. But one thing that helped, obviously drinking a lot of water, but my Frey apricot body scrub got it off. I mean, it's the only reason I don't have it really bad still. So I don't know what they put in that, but I used that on my chest and my shoulders and it went away. I still get an occasional bump here and there, but everyone that I have told that I got body acne to says that because of that I'm having a boy. I'm excited to be in the second trimester because everyone says you start feeling better. I'm excited to feel better. Very excited. And now I'll talk about a few things that helped me get through the first trimester, because I don't have much, but there are a few things that helped. So peppermint tea, I drank so much peppermint tea. It's caffeine free and it's supposed to soothe the muscles in your stomach, and that can help with nausea. So I would drink that first thing in the morning, and then I would drink it before bed, and it helped me feel so much better throughout the day, as well as warm liquids. I avoided iced beverages as much as I craved them. I craved carbonated beverages and iced beverages, but they always made my stomach worse. So I would find myself drinking warm lemon water, warm tea, or just warm water, because as much as that sounds disgusting, it would soothe my stomach so much more, and I would be able to hold things down. Whereas like I tried drinking a Pepsi one day and it literally made me throw up. So carbonation, I know some people say that helps with nausea, but for me it certainly wasn't the case. It's peppermint tea and peppermint essential oil. I know it's not really safe for breastfeeding, but my doctor said it was safe for pregnancy, and I would put that on my temples, on like my hairline, on the back of my neck. Even just sniffing it out of my hand was really soothing. I would diffuse lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint all day, just having those essential oils to kind of, I don't know, clear up my head, whatever was happening, whatever caused those headaches. I know that those oils did help. They did not completely relieve the headaches. I know my doctor suggested magnesium supplement, which I used to be on magnesium. I just randomly stopped, so I'm gonna pick up more of that to prevent from headache. Keeping pretzels by my nightstand, because I experience like hunger pain like I've never experienced before. In the middle of the night, I will wake up and my stomach will be empty. It doesn't matter if I was completely full before bed, I will be starving. And so I'll just toss a couple pretzels in and move on with my life. But quick snacky things like that, anything salty, crunchy, crackers, biscuits, pretzels, all of those things helped me through the first trimester, because sometimes you just have to get something in your stomach even though nothing sounds good. So that helped. I took a lot more showers after becoming pregnant. I think that's probably gonna remain a thing. I shower twice a day now, which maybe that's normal for people, but I mean, usually I take one body shower a day and I wash my hair like twice a week. And I take more showers now just because I don't feel nauseous in the shower. I don't feel like crap in the shower. The steam, sometimes I'll drop some eucalyptus in the bottom of the shower and let it steam up, and just the warm water makes me feel better for a few minutes, even if I've had a really rough day physically. So I've been enjoying longer showers. Y'all said you wanted a long video, so I got my camera back out and we're gonna film a few more questiones for this video. I'm out of breath, so please have mercy on me. Probably the most common question is, are you going to do a gender reveal? When are you finding out the gender? Blah, blah, blah. We are not going to do, to find out the gender early. You can find out as early as 12 weeks, I think. We are gonna find out at our 20-week ultrasound, because that's the next ultrasound that I have. And we're not gonna do a gender reveal party, but I definitely will tell you guys like what I'm having. I'm just not the type for a gender reveal party. Austin isn't either. I don't know how to explain it. We want to react to finding out the gender by ourselves together and then tell the rest of our family, because I don't know, he's a little shy, and honestly I feel like if I had a big party and found out in front of a bunch of people, it would feel really hard to like settle in for me. What are the changes that you've seen already with your body so far? So much. Besides the obvious, like my boobs, my hips are already like wider. I haven't gained more than 3 pounds, so it's not like I wouldn't be fitting into my clothes, but most of my jeans already don't fit because my hips are already a little bit wider. I've also noticed that my rib cage is wider. I already have a really wide set rib cage, but it's a lot wider now. I'm excited for all the changes. I'm excited for postpartum and all of that. I just think it's gonna be such a journey. When will you share baby's name? That's another common question. I don't know. We may share it when we find out the gender, but then again, I know why people don't share it, because before you've had the baby, people have the guts to be like, well, I don't like that name. And I'm like, well, good thing it's not your kid, you know? Because we've already had some people be like, I don't like that name. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't really care what anyone thinks of it, because we just love it so much, and I already call baby by that name. That's why we're calling it Baby B. But we will see. I mean, I'm not like huge on keeping it a secret, but I guess I'll just figure it out as I go. What is your favorite thing about pregnancy so far? A lot of you guys asked that. My favorite thing about pregnancy is just like the unexpected. Like, there's no way to plan. I don't know what I'm gonna feel like tomorrow. I don't know what my day is gonna be like tomorrow, and it's kind of nice to just be forced to let go of that. I literally have to think about today and today only, and I think that that'll be a really nice transition into motherhood, is that you can't really plan with kids either. and I can't think too far ahead. And my other favorite thing is just like daydreaming with Austin about the baby, praying about the baby, and just like knowing that it's inside of me. Everywhere I go, my little baby is with me. Some of you guys are asking if we plan on moving. I think that's just like a really typical thing, especially for people on YouTube, that they just buy a bigger house before they have a kid. We do not plan on moving anytime soon, at least in my mind. If God called us to move, we would do it, but I don't see us moving into a bigger, fancier home. We love our little home so much, almost to a fault. We are always here. Like, we never leave our house. We love our house. And we may outgrow it, I don't know, but I grew up in a small home with a huge family, and although I had my like pouty teenage moments where I was like, I want my own room, I loved it. I loved that. I see the benefit in having a smaller home with a family because there's less rooms to divide you and you spend more time together, and it's just so special. We have plenty of room here so far, especially just adding one baby to the mix. We have 4 bedrooms, but I don't think we will be moving anytime soon. We love the area that we're in. We're close to family. We're close to great school systems, close to our church. It's a great area. I love our home. I don't really want anything more. I love where we're at. When are you due? My due date is March 15th, 2021. Considering what's going on in the world with children, are you going to be private? I'm not going to say a yes or no to this because, again, so many changes are going to be coming that I don't know, but I do plan on being a little bit more private. Just like I'm pretty private with my marriage, I plan on being a little more private with my babies. I have always thought that. I just don't want to put their whole life out here. I'll definitely share motherhood, but I don't think I'll share as much about my baby. I want them to be them. I don't want anyone else to have a say over who they are. I don't want anyone's opinions or advice. I don't need it. I want to enjoy motherhood, and I think a huge part for me personally in enjoying it will be sharing just motherhood, not baby and like all that. You know what I mean? Obviously you guys will see them here and there, but I'm not going to become like a family vlogger. I personally would like to be more private. Overall feelings about being a mom, and do you plan on being a stay-at-home mom? Overall feelings about being a mom, I'm nervous because there's so much that I have never done. Although I have grown up like a nanny, I've always nannied, babysat, taken care of kids. My mom ran a daycare out of our house, and my mom has 6 kids and 4 of them are younger than me. So I've always been around babies. I've helped her so much with baby stuff, and she would allow me to help and teach me things. So I'm really excited about that part because it's not as new and scary. I'm sure there's still so much I don't know. I'm just nervous for how I will be. I don't know. I want to be gentle and loving and patient and fun and spontaneous, and just teach my kids everything that I would hope to teach a little human and raise a kind human. But at the same time, I just don't know how I will be. Like, you can never say how you will be until the baby's here. So I'm a little nervous to see, not scared, it's just anxious to see who I'm going to become when the baby is here, because I already feel like I've changed so much just from being pregnant. How has your morning routine changed, and is it hard to get used to and adjusted to a new lifestyle? My morning routine has not existed. As you guys can tell, I get out of bed late, which late for me is like 8 to 9 o'clock. That is so late for me. And then I'm like dragging in the morning. I don't do my coffee. It's hard to sit and do my Bible time because I feel guilty about getting out of bed late and I just want to push it off. And it's hard to be productive. It's just hard. Everything's harder. So things have definitely changed, but in good ways too, because I will find time in the afternoon when I'm a little bit more tired and I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, you know what? I have time right now. Let me read the Bible and spend time with God, even though I didn't do it this morning. Or basically just finding those moments where I can force myself to do something like tidy the house, edit a little bit, film a little bit, doing it here and there. There's no schedule right now. And as I said before, I think that's just gonna prepare me more and more for motherhood, because I'm was very much a routine and schedule person. And I think God is trying to fix that part of me, or at least change it temporarily, because motherhood, I know, will not allow me to have everything scheduled out and not allow me to have a perfect morning routine. So I'm not mad about it. It was hard, and it kind of put me in a bit of a mental funk, and like I was sad. But I'm just adjusting to it fine. As far as adjusting to my new lifestyle, not a ton has changed, like I said, besides feeling throughout the day. I don't know, I just have been going with the flow. Lots of prayer and trying to still continue habits that I know are still good for me and good for baby, even though I don't want to do them. Obviously still listening to my body, but workouts are important to me. I've toned back like the intensity a little bit when I need to. Eating healthy is still important to me. Spending time with God is still important to me. Getting outside, spending time with Austin, spending time with myself, that's all still very much important to me. And I plan on still keeping that a part of my life. So yeah, that is my pregnancy update. I don't really have a crazy bump right now. I can do a bump update. I'm wearing kind of a bad outfit for it today, but maybe if I pull my shirt down. So this is my bump date, or bump update. It's not large, but it's not, I mean, it's, I guess, noticeable for me. It's definitely larger at the end of the day than it is like now, because obviously I get like more bloated and eat more food. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm 6 months pregnant and my belly will be tight and just really uncomfortable. But I'm excited because everyone kind of says that like 13, 14, 15 weeks you just start popping, and I definitely noticed that I now have a bump and it doesn't go away. So that is a quick pregnancy Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll do a few of these every few months because I know things are going to change a lot, and I would like to cover like more questions about it in there as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to join the Happy Soul Tribe, and make sure you go out of your way today to love on someone and make them feel extra special just because they are. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.